Today's video is going to be on solving multi-step equations. We're going to kind of skip over just doing addition equations, just multiplication, and kind of combine them both here together. If you feel like you already know and have a good grasp of this, I would suggest pausing the video, solving the problem on your own sheet of paper, fast forwarding the video until you see my answer. If you have the same answer, then you just go on to the next problem. If you have a mistake, then go back, watch this problem, and see where you made a mistake at. So that would be my suggestion on how to watch this video. Okay. So when I'm solving multi-step equations, I need to kind of undo what's over by the variable. I want the variable by itself. Isolate the variable. Okay. That's my unknown number, my h here. So I have 5 times h plus 3. When I'm undoing stuff, I need to start with what I normally do last in my order of operations. So I want to undo the plus 3, which would be my last operation. So I'm going to undo that by subtracting. Whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side. So if I'm going to subtract 3 from that side, I have to subtract 3 from this side. I end up with 5h, because these cancel. 11 minus 3 is 8. 5h equals 8. Now to get rid of this is a times 5, I do the inverse, the opposite operation. I divide by 5. Those cancel. Divide this side by 5. h equals 8/5. And we can simplify that, but right now, we can just leave that as an improper fraction. Because it's much easier to plug this improper fraction back into my equation and check the works. Okay? So I can check the works by taking my 5, plugging it in 8/5. Plus 3 equals 11. 5 times 8/5 is 8. 8 plus 11 is true. So we know that that is the correct answer. Next problem here, same thing, you gotta undo what we normally do. Now here, I can't undo the plus 4 first because I'm dividing the plus 4 by 7. It's 11 plus 4, all divided by 7. All of that is divided by 7. So I can't do minus 4 from both sides because I don't just have a 4. I have a 4 divided by a 7. So I need to get rid of the divide by 7 first. So on each side here of my equation, I'm going to multiply by 7. That's going to get rid of the divide by 7. If I multiply that side by 7, I'm going to multiply this side by 7. A negative times a positive is a negative 14. Now get rid of 4. Now I can subtract 4. And y equals negative 18. I have 14, I'm subtracting 4 more. Negative 14, I'm subtracting 4 more. I'm going to 14 1 whole. Check that, I can plug it back in. Negative 18 plus 4 all over 7 equals negative 2. Negative 18 plus 4 is negative 14 over 7. And 14 divided by, or negative 14 divided by 7 is negative 2. So that works. Next problem. Once again, I'd like to do my addition subtraction first. It makes it easier for me. But the subtraction here is inside the parentheses. I can't add 3 to both sides because I don't just have 3. I have 6 minus 3's. I have 6 of everything inside the parentheses. So I need to first get rid of the parentheses so I know how many 3's I actually have. 6 times 4j is 24j. 6 times minus 3 is minus 18. Equals 1. Now that those parentheses are gone, I can really work with getting rid of everything by the j, isolating the j. Add 18 to both sides, That would get rid of this. 1 plus 18 is 19. I have 24j is equal to 19. Get rid of 24 by dividing both sides by 24. J equals 19 24ths. And this is the exact how I should set up the equation. I just work my way down, doing one thing at a time, and solve the problem. And then I can check to see if it works by plugging that back into my equation. 6, 4 times 19 over 24 minus 3. See if that is equal to 1. 4 times 19 24ths. That is 19 6 minus 3. Still in parentheses. Now, I have my calculator. I can usually do 19 divided by 6, get my answer, and subtract that from 3. If I don't have a calculator, I might want to distribute here and say, okay, if I multiply that by 6, I get 19. Multiply that by 6, I get 18. Depends on if you have a calculator or not. If you have a calculator, then just type in your calculator. If you don't, probably easier to use that distributive problem. And 19 minus 18 is 1. This will be the last one that we're going to do here. We have minus 9, negative 9, minus y over 6 equals 12. We can see the first thing I'm going to do, not get rid of the division. So I'm going to multiply this by 6. If I multiply that by 6 here, then I also have to multiply this by 6. And I have to multiply this by 6. So I multiply the whole side, not just the one term. I multiply the whole side. So I'm going to first get rid of that negative 9. So that way I'm going to have one term on that side. So my first step I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the negative 9. And I get rid of the negative by adding 9. Those cancel, they're the inverse of each other. Back to our properties. Add 9. Over here I have 21. Over here I have y over 6. Still don't have that negative, right? It's negative y over 6 equals 21. Now, I want to get rid of the 6 here, but I also want to get rid of the negative. I don't want to have a negative answer. So, I'm going to think of this as dividing by a negative 6. So if I multiply by negative 6, I cancel not only the negative, but I cancel the 6. I get rid of both of them. Because a negative times a negative is a positive answer. Over here, multiply by negative 6. I get a negative 6 126. So y would equal negative 126. And once again, you just check, make sure you have it right by plugging that into your equation. Negative 126 over 6 equals 12. Negative 126 divided by 6 is equal to negative 21. When I subtract the negative, I do add the opposite. So I'll change this to addition, change that to a positive, add the opposite. Negative 9 plus 21 is 12. Okay? So that would be correct. Okay. We're going to tomorrow we'll do some practice problems, more work with these. So if you got these wrong as you're working out, hopefully you can go back and check them and see where you make mistakes. We do a lot of practice in class. If you have questions, make sure you ask the class. I'm there to help you with the class, help you get these done correctly. We need to make sure we'll get these multi-step equations down and packed here before we can move into some other stuff.